Hey guys!
I just do a couple, like, hour or two sessions every here and there. That's how I usually do games, so that probably work out fine.
Welcome back to TerraTech! And one thing I'm gonna say right now about my own personal file, trying to make basically a bomber out of the, well, not really so much of a bomber, but basically a missile carrier using Hawkeye components is a pain. Because from what I found out, I think that the aerial components is mainly revolved around making helicopters, and I'm trying to make a plane. Yeah. Good luck with that. But I should be able to come with something eventually. Well, one of these days I should be able to come up with something anyway. And I just bit my tongue. Ow.
Good job.
Okay, let's see what... Oh, my lord. Okay. Oh, God. Oh, God. Before we head off, I'm gonna wait until it's daylight. Because if we were to head off now without our batteries charged, we would be murdered. And I'm not exactly the one to be looking to be getting a fixing full of murder. Well, thanks. Listen to the store. No, that's not what I want.
Oh, we're back.
Hey, dude. This store thing on the the stupid freaking payload station is a bit finicky. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Like, it's really picky on the distance. Venture, come here. Venture, come here. Thank you. I can't believe this thing freaking works. Don't run into the turrets. Why you go over here? Okay, now let's see what's in here. See what we can buy. Got bumper wheels in here, but not much of anything, really. Oh yeah, the venture mission that you guys see here, I'm going to wait until we get a big enough venture tech to get that done, because venture's the fastest. It'll actually be possible. So, should we go visit Mike again? Alright, yeah, why not? Let's go visit Mike.
Why do you say Mike? Like, mine goes two places. There's Mike Pollock, and then there's, I guess it's just because we talked to him, and then there's fucking Mike the TV from Reboot.
99. Why isn't that a meme? Like, I don't get it. Why isn't that a meme?
The bigger question is, why is that the one thing that both of us remember from Reboot so well? Why is that the one thing that stuck?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Reboot, I'm just going to be honest. I need to rewatch that shit. That's probably going to be the next show I'll watch, honestly. I'm kind of getting... With all the, wonderful news about the new show... Oh, God, that looks like a fucking train wreck. Anywho... there's been a lot of buzz about the old good show. So I kind of want to watch the old good show. Besides, I know I'll like it. Come on, it's golden age mainframe, so I know I'll like it.
Yeah, it's when Mainframe made Beast Wars, so...
Well, actually, earlier. Reboot was actually the first fully CG animated show ever.
Huh.
Yeah, it was the first one. And not a bad show for the first one, honestly. And yeah, I think season 1 probably going to look a little rough, but I'm just going to ignore that because hell, Beast Wars season 1 looked actually it still looked pretty good, but it was a little rough. But again, I think I'll be fine with it because, dude, it was like the first CG show ever. Hell, coming off of this, what was the biggest thing they did, like, before Reboot? It was, like, fucking what, that, Money for Nothing video, which is awesome. Really good. Everyone look up Dire Straits' Money for Nothing. Really, really good classic 80s video.
I still cannot believe they did that. Like, that still blows my mind.
Yeah, I think that was their biggest thing they were known for until, Reboot and all their good 90s shows, because they made a bunch of shit in the 90s. Like, not just Reboot and Beast Wars, but they did a bunch of stuff. They were really popular. And then they said, fuck being cool, let's just make a bunch of shitty straight-to-video movies that no one watches. Like, they made like 50 or like 100 fucking Barbie movies. They also made a couple Halloween shows, Halloween movies. Scary Godmother, which they're really silly and goofy, but like for like a little kid's Halloween movie, they're not bad. But they were actually pretty good. They were like decent, like kids Halloween movies. Like, you know, I watched them. I like them. You know, but like, yeah, Barbie movies, that's not great. And now the new reboot, which, God. Here's the thing, when the CG barely looks better than the last of the original reboot, which reboot ended in 2001, and your CG looks barely better than that. Hell, I think some of the season 3 stuff looks better than the new show.
That's bad. That's bad.
They cheaped out like a motherfucker, and then the characters are about as deep as a bad Power Rangers cast.
That's horrible.
Like all the fucking new human kids, because now they have like live action human kids, a bunch of shitty teenagers. That it reminds me of a cast from one of the bad Power Ranger seasons, right? So. Because there's good Power Ranger seasons, like there's the RPMs and the Dino Thunders of the world, but then there's basically all the new shit from what I've heard. A lot of the newer seasons have been kind of shitty, but there's good seasons of Power Rangers. There's good series.
I think that's why, well, I guess that's one of the main reasons why people has been going to Sentai in general more so than just regular Power Rangers, because they know it kind of sucks.
Well, yeah, hell, Sentai even has bad seasons from what I've read, but I think overall, like, they can get away with more in Japan, and they don't have to be as cheesy and goofy, so the stories are more serious. Then again, RPM, which, here's the thing, I can say that show's serious, but everyone can contradict me now that I'm Scottish scene is out.
Yep.
That's a good counterpoint, is just play that fucking shit.
That's gonna get memed to death.
Thanks, Noble.
Thanks, Lost Boss, for that.
I love it, though. But the show actually looks really interesting. Because it's basically Power Rangers Terminator or Power Rangers Matrix, where it takes place in the future after an AI has taken over everything. And it's actually one of the darker and more interesting shows. Dino Thunder was good because it was just a love letter to Power Rangers. Right? It was like the 10th anniversary or something. Or the 15th. It was an anniversary series, right? So, they brought back the dinosaur motif from the original show. One of the original White Ranger, Tommy, comes back as basically their mentor, their leader.
Okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he comes back as their mentor. and teaches them how to do everything. And the show's just a really good. It's just a decent series. The villain's threatening and interesting. The fucking the kids are actually pretty cool. Like, it's not that bad of a show. It was a pretty good season. I actually remember liking that one a lot. And the mechs look cool. Like all the Zords look really cool. Especially the new White Ranger. The new White Ranger is fucking badass. The new White Ranger in Dino Thunder just looks fucking cool. But I like how he even, like, much like the original White Ranger, starts out evil and turns good, and like there's a couple cool moments with the original White Ranger basically saying, yeah, I know, I've been through this shit too, man, listen, and kind of mentoring him, and it's really cool. But yeah, that was a good one. I watched that one a lot when I was a kid. That one was really good. That got me back into Power Rangers for a little bit. Because I was out for a while, but that one got me back in for a good bit. That and Ninja Storm, which the show was pretty decent. The villains were really goofy, and I think that's why they made the villain in fucking Dino Thunder so threatening, because Ninja Storm, the villain was a fucking goofball. Like, all the main bad guys had the competence of Team Rocket on a good day.
Ouch!
They were really goofy. It was fun, but it was like, yeah, these guys aren't super threatening. I heard Time Force is another good one, which I never watched, but I had a bunch of toys from.
Huh?
Like, that was the Zord that was the big Zord I had. That was my favorite Zord, was the Time Force Sword. That one was really cool, because it did a bunch of shit. Not posability-wise, because it's a Power Ranger / Sentai mech. They're all bricks. But it had some cool gimmicks where, like, it was a bunch of, like, futuristic, like, jet plane fighter spaceship things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could make the Zord, and there was 2 different configurations of the Zord. And then there was a big jet, like, you combine all the jets together to make a bigger jet that looked really cool. And then there was the other Zord, the Time Shadow, which had a really cool looking robot mode, but it could combine with it and make a really cool looking combined robot. And I had both of those, and I had the big combined mode. And that was my main one. I had that, and I had most of the Shogun Zord. I had most of that from the original series, because my dad found them at a garage sale, the same place he got a few, from that same sale he got me a few early Beast Wars figures, like Wave 1 Beast Wars figures. Like Black Arachnia and the turtle, I forget his name, but the turtle. He was a little basic class auto-transforming turtle. And he was pretty cool, and I had him, and he got me Black Arachnia, which looked nothing like Black Arachnia, because this was the original one. It was just a Tarantulas redeco. Yeah, there's better Black Arachnias. Dude, she needs a masterpiece, because, like, I don't think there's an original mold of her that looks exactly like her show model, because the closest I think they ever got was the Legends redeco of the animated Black Arachnia. Because there's a Legends redeco of the animated version, which is a good toy on its own, because it's an animated toy. Most of them are kind of fantastic. Like, holy shit. They were just fucking... Hasbro was just on point with the animated line. Because holy shit, all those toys hold up extremely well. But, it still wasn't an original mold. And her Transmetal 2 mode was okay, but I think me and most people agree they want her original mold, her original form. So she's another one that needs a masterpiece, honestly. I think she needs one. Because she was a pretty popular character. So popular that the only other female character in the show got fucking shelved a lot and got written out. Nowadays, everybody wants to talk about they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they really it's just a bunch of gibberish. Motherfuckers act like they forgot about Air Razor. Because they did. No one fucking remembers Air Razor. For what little I remember of her, I liked her. I thought she was cool, but... You know, like, I liked the whole shipping her with Tigatron. But... Then... Let's write them off. No, wait, let's bring them back fused together as one character. Oh, wait. 2 episodes later, let's kill that character off. Let's just throw him in front of the fucking Nemesis. One of the very few things I'm salty about Beast Wars for. Depth Charge too, but with Depth Charge and his whole rivalry with fucking Rampage, everyone knew they were going to kill each other off. Because you know what it was? It was Wolverine and Sabretooth. That's why I kept on saying Depth Charge is just an underwater Wolverine, because his rivalry with Rampage is very Wolverine and Sabretooth, where if they were just walking down the street, going to fucking McDonald's or some shit, they fucking be dropping their fries and they be trying to kill each other on sight. Like, that's how that goes. So, that Charger was cool though. He was really cool in the show, and seeing how cool he was in the show made me proud that I had him, because he was another one of my favorite toys that I had. Hell, he needs a new fucking toy.
Oh, yay! Ooh, this is a scrapper. This is gonna come in handy.
Scrapper, where's Mixmaster?
Whoops! We better go grab that.
That's a Transformers reference, particularly animated, because they're the only two. Well, actually, there's like three Constructicons, but the third one's weird. Dirt Boss.
Oh, he was in Cybertron.
Yeah, this Dirt Boss, though, is basically... The Allspark hit a Headmaster unit, which I told you about those. There's this villain called the Headmaster who has this Headmaster unit that works like a Headmaster. It's a little robot that can take over the bodies of other robots. And there's a leftover one, and that uses with a forklift, and it makes Dirt Boss, who is also, he's basically a tiny little walking head, and he's kind of an homage to a character from Gurren Lagann. Because here's the thing. This show was made by the guys who made Teen Titans, and if you've watched any of their shows, those guys are fucking weebs. They fucking put anime references into everything. Like, Teen Titans is fucking full of fucking obscure anime references. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I think the entire final episode of the series was based on the final episode of another anime. Because the last episode of Teen Titans was this really weird one, where Terra, who died, like, 2 arcs before, comes back, but she doesn't remember anything, and the whole thing is Beast Boy just trying to figure out what the fuck happened. Apparently this is based on some episode of an anime. So yeah, they put a lot of anime references in they shit. But, yeah, it was pretty cool. And he was basically just an asshole who pushed around the other 2 Constructicons. Because they were basically... The Constructicons in animated. Have you ever seen a stereotypical construction worker? Like a stereotypical New York construction worker, like sitting on a fucking beam making catcalls at girls and shit? That's basically them, except they do it to cars. They're about as bad as.
Oh my god. Yep. I see Sideburn from from RID.
They're kind of like Sideburn in that regard.
Oh my god. Good god.
That was fucking funny.
I mean the 2001 RID, not the 2015, guys.
Yeah, there's a character called Sideburn, and there's a running gag where whenever this one girl who drives this red sports car, whenever that fucking car comes by,
he is freaking obsessed. Like he's waifu obsessed.
Yeah. That fucking girl got fucking wrecked in every
She
episode,
always gets the shit end of the stick. Which is funny. Which is funny. But you also feel a little bit bad for her, just like how much like she gets picked on.
She just unintentionally walks into all the Transformers bullshit every time. She just happens to be where the fucking Transformers are fighting every single time.
Yep.
Like I said, it uses a lot of like really traditional and like stereotypical at the time anime gags. Like the character who just walks into the bullshit, the bumbling villains who aren't really threatening and fuck up more than they do any bad. Like there's a lot of that, but that kind of makes the series kind of more endearing to me. It just makes it was a fun show. Like if I had to choose one word to describe R2001, it was just fun.
Ooh.
It was just a fun.
Yes! Yes! I'll show you guys what that thing is in a minute. Thing that's currently.
It was just a fun, not too serious. You
know? What the hell? We got a freaking roast turkey.
Don't mention that. I'm hungry and we haven't had dinner yet.
The flip.
But yeah, like fucking RID. I recommend it. Like 2001 RID. It's just a fun show. Like it doesn't take itself super seriously. There's some there's some Transformers references in there. The characters are fun. It's just a decent show, and the dub is even actually not bad. Like, yeah, there's some cheesy voices and like some cheesy lines here and there, but for a Saban dub, it's probably the best one. Because you gotta realize this is a Saban dub, man, and they were about as bad, if not worse, than fucking 4Kids back in the day.
Oh, wow.
So, this is probably their best dub, because like, if you've seen Digimon Season 1, and 2's about as bad. This is more on par with the later season dubs. It's like 3 and 4 weren't as bad.
This is a quite nice looking base, if I must be honest.
Like 3? My only issue with Season 3 of Digimon, which is Tamers, is Guillimon's voice is kind of annoying. That's basically my only complaint with the dub, and there's some other like hammy jokes in there. But when you hit the moment, and there's the moment where a certain character kills another certain character who always dies in every series ever, but it was particularly tragic in this one. Yeah, when you hit that point, they kind of stop joking. Like the series, that show gets really dark really fast. Like, it's not dark because Digimon Adventure tries pretty dark from the beginning, but then again, it's meant for older people, so it's going to be darker anyway. But because it's meant for it's meant for people who are adults now who grew up with the show. That's what tries for. Right?
So basically, the older fans, the ones that started off with the original series.
Yeah. It's basically meant to be for them. It's a more serious story with more character development and drama, less cheesy action. When the action's there, it's good. There isn't a whole lot of action, though. That's the one thing. If you're looking for just non-stop Digimon fights, Try is going to disappoint you. But if you want like a decent, involving story and like good character development, it probably has some of the best in Digimon. It's pretty good. It's a good show.
Guys.
It's a good. Yeah, no, nice.
God, I swear I need to get my friggin' phone number changed. Nature's always calling me at the worst times. My God.
Oh, I thought you were taking a shower or something.
No.
That fucking
pain in the ass.
literally, if you shit.
Hey.
Because I don't know what number it was. I don't need to know.
Well, what you guys see here currently stuck on top of our tech? This is the GSO anchored ACU storage device. Or the Singularity Containment Unit storage device. This clever gizmo creates a wormhole to another dimension, allowing blocks to be stored there remotely. You can also access the blocks and get them back from said dimension with the inventory inbuilt or in build beam mode. Surely there must be some other applications for this technology. This one only works whilst anchored. So yeah, this thing is going to allow us to pick up any scrap or any junk that's lying around on the ground. And that scrapper we got, we can take anything that we don't use anymore and turn it into cash. So I mean, how good is that? Oh, great. And I took notice from that last base that we took control of. There's some wireless chargers on it. And that wheel is stuck. Yeah, get out of there. Alright, come here, I see you.
There is something I need to talk about a little bit.
What?
So, Super Best Friend started an LP of the new God of War last night, right?
Huh?
Data War, as I've been calling it. Holy shit, is this a completely different game. This is nothing like the old games, in probably the best way. Like, it looks pretty good, honestly. Not to say the old games weren't good, the old games were fun, but they were like stupid fun, like kill things, mash buttons fun.
Oh, so basically just good time wasters.
Well, not really good time wasters, just fun games with like some light puzzle solving, you know. Puzzles real like Zelda level, maybe a little dumber, maybe a little smarter sometimes. And, you know, just some...
Time for a base redesign. What do you say, guys?
Brainless combat. But this new one, like, apparently they just said, fuck it, let's make it play kind of like Dark Souls.
Wow.
Which, of games to steal your combat system from, that's not a bad one.
No! Dark Souls is actually a pretty good one to steal from.
It looks... Dude, I want to play fucking Dark Souls. I really do. I really want to play Dark Souls. I know that game would fucking kick me in the dick, like, repeatedly, but I don't give a shit. It looks awesome.
That's a phrase I didn't think I'll ever hear.
I say a lot of things people think they'd never hear, because I say a lot of weird shit. Or Bloodborne, which is basically Dark Souls, but instead of medieval fantasy... Let's make it horror and Lovecraftian horror based. Because the game starts with like werewolves, vampires, and all, and like witches and shit. More fucked up versions of said things, like more gritty and realistic fucked up versions of said things, but still, you know, your basic horror tropes, right? Mm-hmm. Then, halfway through it says, fuck it, Lovecraft. Like, sanity fucking shit, fucking like... Every, like, fucked up thing you fight and see gives you insight, and the more you see, the more fucked up shit you see, and like it gets to the point where you're seeing these fucking Cthulhu-esque monsters just hanging out on buildings and shit. Like it gets fucking crazy.
Bloody hell.
It gets like Lovecraft as fuck by the end of it, which is awesome.
What do we want to do here?
It looks like the fun combat, the fun, challenging combat of Dark Souls, but with all the creepy Lovecraft bullshit I like. So that's one of the PS4 exclusives that would win me over on that system over Switch. That is one of the games that PS4 has that the Switch doesn't have that I've wanted. Because if I were to buy a new system, PS4 and Switch is what it'd be between, because fuck Xbox. Go ahead and hate on me, I've never been an Xbox gamer, and honestly they don't really have any exclusives that appeal to me, while PlayStation and Switch do. So, just deal with it. Because it's all about the games, man. I care more about if the games on the damn thing are good than what it does or how pretty the graphics look, right? It's like, dude, the fucking graphics can be fucking photorealistic, 1080, 420p, whatever. That came out wrong. 1080p, 70 frames a second, or what the fuck ever. I don't care if the games aren't good. Like, if it doesn't have good games, what's the point? And, like, that's what PS4 has. PS4 has games I want. And, thing is, I'd rather buy that because, yeah, the Xbox One has a lot of the same games. Like, PS4 and Xbox One have a lot of the same games, but 4 does have a few exclusives over it. Like the new God of War, which honestly looks good. I'm not gonna lie. And why not? I've already played the first 3. I did like them. Not gonna lie, I wasn't into it at first, but they grew on me. They're not my favorite games I ever played, but they're pretty good. Bloodborne, Tekken 7, a bunch of fighting games, honestly. There's a lot of fighting games. Like, a lot. Oh, and I found out something. I was on Fire's Generation. Apparently that crossover game, the Blaze Blue, Ruby, Persona, and whatever the other one was, crossover game. Apparently that is going to be on Switch.
Oh.
So yeah, they're getting that. They're getting the SNK waifu game, because that's literally what it is. It's just all the girls from SNK, which SNK was a big rival to Capcom in the 90s. They make King of Fighters and a bunch of other shit. Basically all the chicks from that are in a game, and they have like costumes and stuff. You can make them fight in swimsuits. It's a waifu game. It's a waifu game. But it looks fun enough. So, and hopefully Namco, come on. You made an exclusive version for the Wii U and the fucking 3DS of Tekken, for God's sakes. You telling me you're not gonna make one for the Switch? I mean, come on, if the Wii U can get a fucking Tekken game, where the fuck is Tekken on Switch? Like, for real, man. Like, what the fuck? The Wii U sucked, yet there was a Tekken game on it. Namco, come on. Put Soul Calibur on there too, fuck it. Soul Calibur 6. Or better yet, do what everyone wants you to do and put Link in the Switch version. Because there already is a guest character that's going to be in 6, some guy named Geralt from something called The Witcher. I've seen clips of it, but I've never really looked into it. I think it's like a fantasy game where you can like basically do whatever the fuck you want. It looks fun, but I've never really looked into it. But he's going to be in it. Which, from what I know of the setting's a good fit. Better than Star Wars for no reason. Yeah, let's put Star Wars characters in our middle-aged fantasy fighting game. Because that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not saying it wasn't cool. Because it was cool. Though apparently Yoda was a problem. Because, here's the thing, you know how Yoda's short? Shorter than most of the other characters.
Ah, he became very broken.
Broken he was. Attacks hit them they could not. And like, there's a couple other characters that do that, like small characters do that sometimes, but usually in bad fighting games. But Soul Calibur, that's a pretty big fighting game name, so that was the thing. Yeah. And then like there was you had him, Vader, and the guy from Force Awakens was in it because it came out around the same time as that.
Oh.
I think this not Force Awakens, Force Unleashed.
Oh.
Yeah, the
Starkiller.
Yeah, him. He was in it. Which, by the way, that is the most edgelord fucking Star Wars name you could possibly give yourself. Like, what the fuck? Like, could you give yourself a more fucking edgy Star Wars name? Like, that's the name I'd like, if I was playing like a Star Wars like role-playing game, like a fucking Star Wars Dungeons and Dragons or something like Shadow the Hedgehog, I expect him to name his fucking character Starkiller. Like, that's really, and I think there are like Star Wars tabletop games, but I digress. But yeah, that's pretty dumb. And I'm sure the game's awesome. I mean, I'm going to play the DS version eventually, but
I have no complaints.
Yeah.
I have no complaints with either version of Force Unleashed because I have, well, I gave this guy the first Force Unleashed games for the DS because, well, the DS I gave him, that game only works on that DS, which doesn't make any sense, but that's kind of besides the point. I have Force Unleashed 2 for the DS, and I also have it for the Wii. No complaints on all fronts.
yeah. You know what's weird? Like, the Wii was weird because it was either going to get the best port of a game or the worst one, right? Because there are instances where the Wii version of a big name brand game was like a big hyped up game was shit, like and completely different. Like Wolverine, there was this Wolverine game that came out, like X-Men's Origins Wolverine, which the movie was terrible, but the game was actually really good. But the Wii version wasn't. Then you have like other games, like I'm trying to think, 'cause I know of one. There's examples, but I can't think of them, like where the Wii version's the best version. It's weird, like, because like they'd have to do the Wii version completely different. Because it was less powerful than the other consoles and it had different controls.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, like, they just kind of outsourced the Wii version to whoever and just kind of shit it out. And sometimes you get good fucking Wii versions. It happens. But, yeah, like, that was weird. And I think, I forget who else was in fucking, as a guest character. I think it was just a bunch of, like, characters some anime artist made. I don't know. Fucking, 5 had Ezio from Assassin's Creed. 3 didn't have anyone. Any guest characters, which sucks because guess what the only one I currently have is.
Ow.
I didn't get no guest characters.
Ouch.
Yeah. But here's the thing about Soul Calibur guest characters, the one everyone cares about is 2 because the GameCube version got Link, right? PS2 got Heihachi. Xbox got Spawn.
Oh.
One of the bosses was designed by Todd McFarlane, so they put Spawn in. So I'm hoping if they make a Switch version, they bring Link back.
Well, if Link was into it before, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but it could be a possibility.
I think if they make a Switch version, they'll definitely have them. Because I don't think Soul Calibur's been on a Nintendo system other than the shitty Wii game. Like the fucking, yeah, there's a bad Wii game, but, yeah. They don't talk about that game. Yeah, and also, like, Nintendo does that a lot where they get, like, anime artists to make shit. Like, again, like in Tekken 6, there's a bunch of costumes that are made by different anime artists.
Hmm?
And, like, dude, okay. Lars is kind of, okay, one of them is made by the Naruto guy, and it's really hard to miss. Like, yeah, this giant ninja samurai, elaborate fucking costume, like ninja and samurai shit all over it. Yeah, I wonder who made that one.
Wow. Yeah, let's make this character and stick him on like a sore thumb.
Well, not character, just the costume, which honestly is probably the worst costume because I don't really like Lars. I like Lars Ulrich, but not Lars from Tekken.
Ow! You're right, dude.
He's just like a boring Heihachi or Jin, like, doesn't have a lot going on. And his haircut's stupid. And you think I'd have a tolerance for stupid haircuts because I watch Yu-Gi-Oh, but... Which, by the way, yeah, like... Oof, Season 2 of Reigns. Oof. I mean, it's good. It looks good from a show standpoint, but the hair... Oof, the hair's giving me Zexal vibes, man. The hair's giving me Zexal vibes. And that's another thing that turned me off when Zexal is I don't think there's a single character that didn't look fucking stupid.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, yeah, I guess you can argue every Yu-Gi-Oh character looks stupid. They've always had dumb hair. But something about the way the Zexal kids are designed just always really rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know what it was. I just never really cared for any of them.
How many do we have? 56!
Yeah, the hair and the... Oof, the hair of some of these new Season 2 guys, oof.
Okay, this is a new base now. Actually, a bit bigger. And where is... I might stick a couple of AI modules onto this.
Aye. But,
What do we have in terms of weapons?
Race is good.
Not very much.
I'm not saying it's a bad show. I'm not saying Season 2 looks bad already. Like, it looks good. Like, it doesn't look bad. But,
Perfect.
some character designs are kind of weird, but... It's Yu-Gi-Oh! I should expect weird hair.
A little bit of extra armament.
Like, yeah, the main character has weird hair and brains from the beginning, but... It's a Yu-Gi-Oh! MC. Every Yu-Gi-Oh! MC has stupid-looking hair.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much like just par for the course.
They all have weird, stupid hair. Every single fucking one of them. It's just tradition at this point.
Like I said, it's just par for the course.
And he looks like he has a dead Karibo on his head.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And he's the most normal looking one.
Wow, if that's the case, that's saying something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do we have?
And Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh yay!
Yugi gold standards though. Like Yugi is the gold standard for bad anime here though, man. Cause that shit is like what? Like that shit's confusing. Like there's fucking like there's like some weird math and science going into making that shit work. Like there's some fucking extra dimensional studies that need to be done on how they make that hair stay up. Like that shit. Yeah, that shit don't make no sense. It's confusing. But again, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh characters in shonen anime in general. Especially like, and I guess maybe Yu-Gi-Oh started it, I don't know. But a lot of your like card/toy collecting animes, like your Yu-Gi-Ohs, your Beyblades, your Bakugans, most of the protagonists in those shows look fucking stupid. I don't know if Yu-Gi-Oh started it or if it's been a thing even longer, but it seems like a tradition for all of those types of shows, like just the kid collect this toy or card show for the protagonist to look stupid. Yeah, I know there's like non-shows like that with protagonists with weird hair, but it seems like in that genre in specifically, they always have really weird hair. But, it is what it is, I guess.
And guys, I will be honest, this is the first time I've actually came across the roast turkey in this game. I don't have it on my main. In my main game.
Like a type. Is roast turkey like a type of thing, or is it an actual roast turkey?
It's an actual roast turkey that you can. It's an accessory. You can just stick it on top of your tech. It has steam coming from it and everything.
I bet that was added for like a Thanksgiving event or something.
I think so. I think so because there's even like a few some Halloween and Christmas stuff into it here too.
Yeah, it was probably like just a fucking Thanksgiving event that they kept in. 'Cause that sounds appropriate, like you just do that for Thanksgiving.
It's still pretty funny though.
Yeah, it is. I like that. I like goofy shit like that.
Okay, battery's charged, let's head off. Where are we going? Mine looks like shards.
That's another shiny launch. I need to go back and watch 5Ds.
What is Luxite? Luxite... Is that orange? No, wait. It says here, the Festival of Lights is happening soon. Geocord needs to locate as much Luxite as possible. Find and smash up Luxite crystals for a reward. Oh wait, it's this!
Or is this more popularly known? Car games on motorcycles.
Yeah, it's this.
I love that meme. Cause yeah, I'm not gonna lie, yes, it does sound really stupid on paper. Like, they make it work in the show, and it's actually pretty cool. But, yeah, the whole card games on motorcycles thing, yeah, it does sound pretty fucking dumb on paper. Wilhelm Reigns, they're fucking doing card games on hoverboards. And I mean actual hoverboards, not the shitty fucking segways that catch on fire all the time. I mean like actual futuristic hoverboards.
What is this, Back to the Future? What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the main thing they do in that, is they duel on those. And like, I kinda like that, because it reminded me of the motorcycle duels from, but these have like less intricate mechanics. They actually have less mechanics than a regular duel.
There we go.
There's like less monster zones to hit, but it's actually based on the speed duels you can do in Duel Links.
Huh.
But a hoverboard, and with something called skills you can do.
Okay.
Or as I like to call them, Deus Ex Machinas. because the skills are fucking broken. All the villain skills are broken, and
Ow.
dude, this is
For
my
the
one
things-
complaint about Reigns. Is the main
Of all the things come out here, so I had to get smacked by a friggin' geocore delivery cannon.
because
What the hell?
the main characters, and one of the main villains gets this too, in season 1. But the main character's skill is when he's at 1,000, below 1,000 life points, he gets a free extra deck monster. He just gets a free new monster. He just gets a new monster card, a completely new extra deck monster card from the Data Storm, which is this thing that's hard to explain. He just gets a new card. It put in his deck. That's his skill. He just gets a new card. And yeah, that's pretty fucking broken. I'm sorry. Like that's like me. If I was playing a duel in real life, I'd say I activate my fucking, and then I fucking walk away from the fucking table, and I go to the fucking counter and I buy a new booster pack, and I say, because of my skill, I get to pick one card out of this booster pack and keep it. Except in the show, the card's always good. It's kind of ridiculous, but whatever. If I go and nitpick, I gotta nitpick all of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Because let's be honest, unless it's a plot device, they have never drawn bad cards.
Looks like a gang of techs is taking up somewhere nearby. We should clear them away. Alright.
Like seriously, I think in every Yu-Gi-Oh! Show ever, unless it was for a plot reason, no protagonist has ever had a bad hand. Like they always draw exactly what they need when they need it. Like every single time.
I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the one of the shows that actually invented Deus Ex Machina. When you really think about it.
Well, you want to be technical, it's been around since Greek theater, that's where the term comes from, but whatever. I'm not going to get all technical on you. But, yeah, an anime probably, because, yeah, it gets ridiculous. And, like, they stopped doing this by, like, C5GX, but Season 1 was probably the worst, because they actually had a word for it. Part of the card. Yeah. Deus Ex Machina. That part of the card's bullshit is this Deus Ex Machina.
Yep. Friday's cover-up.
It was an original Yu-Gi-Oh! Though.
Oh,
like,
no.
Fucking... Because on original Yu-Gi-Oh!, especially Season 1, they didn't even have to follow the fucking rules. Like, Duelist Kingdom was the fucking infamous for it, like, that there is just no rules.
Do you have any shields I can pick up?
And the fucked up thing is that's probably in retrospect the worst, most poorly done arc of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes, you do.
I think it's the most well remembered. You know that? Like that arc in retrospect is, you know, the writing's crappy, there's no rules to the duels, it's just kinda all over the fucking place. But that's the one everyone remembers. That or Battle City. Battle City holds up pretty well, but that one is not really that great yet. Everyone remembers.
There we go. Now a little bit better suited for battle.
Guess it's just nostalgia.
So that's a Transformers G1. Good comparison.
And honestly, G1's not that bad. Like, but I will admit, like, it's a fun show to watch. But I will admit, it's a fucking mess.
Oh my god.
I'm going to bring this up every time this topic comes up. But when your characters are talking to a space rat and are fucking clipping half out of a ship, and like no one knows what anything is going on, yeah, that's pretty bad. That episode is going to stick with me because that shit, it was funny to me when I first saw it on TV, and I'm like, why is this ship over Bumblebee? What is even happening right now? It is the funniest fucking thing ever, dude. It is the best.
Yeah, we got more stuff.
And then there's every Seeker being Starscream.
Guys?
They never got the characters the right color half the time.
They're just not a friggin' turkey. We got more plane parts.
Characters speaking when their lips aren't... it's...
Oh, that's infamous. That's infamous.
G1's a mess, but I love it. It's a good show. It's just a mess. It's a product of the time, man. It was the 80s, man. Like, I think there were shows that were better put together in that same era, but for a show based on a toy, and I think this was like, you know, the 80s was basically the decade of that, and this was like one of the earlier examples of it.
There was a show that came out roughly around the same time as G1. It's called Rocket Robin Hood. If you want to talk about a show that is just full of complete nonsense...
I've never heard that.
If you want to talk about a show that's full of complete nonsense, even more so than what G1 was, that's a show for you to see.
Yeah. I heard G.I. Joe from that era is pretty bad too, because they would just reuse shit, because they were made by the same people. They just reuse shit. Like, they reused the whole plot. Like, they reuse episode plots, they reuse music, they reuse pretty much... If they could potentially reuse it, they would.
And I'm not even kidding. There is an actual episode of Rocket Robin Hood that is literally just made of non-connective clips from other shows. I am not joking. We literally...
Where did you find this? I gotta look this up. This sounds hilarious.
With literally one thing could be happening in one scene, and then there's a transition, and something completely different is going on that has no correlation to the previous scene whatsoever.
Dude, this sounds like fucking like a bad, like one of Saban's bad Power Rangers spin-offs, right? Like one of the bad, like the fucking Beetleborgs or VR Troopers. It sounds like one of those where they just cut up a bunch of fucking Sentai footage or like footage from other series, Tokusatsu series,
I don't know what that
throw it
symbol
together
is.
in a haphazard mess. That kind of sounds like what this is. It's kind of butchering. Then again, the 80s and 90s for anime and Japanese shows in general, that's usually how we got them. If we got them at all, they were a fucking mess when we got them. Games too, some of them, like fucking Persona 1. Oof, Persona 1's English translation, which this is the second Megaten game we ever got over here. The first being a fucking Virtual Boy game. Still found that funny that the first game in the series we ever got with us was a goddamn Virtual Boy game. But yeah, Persona 1 on PS1, the American version. Oof. Like I'm not kidding. They cut out basically an entire gigantic side quest chunk of the game. They just removed an entire chunk of the game, like a huge important side quest. They changed characters' names and everything. They Americanized everything, toned everything down.
That's pretty bad.
Turned one of the characters black to be more all-inclusive, quote-unquote. It's a... And hell, all the Japanese characters were white now. So they whitewashed everyone and blackwashed one of the other ones. It's a mess. Like, yeah. Oof. I'm glad I read about that one. I'm glad I didn't start with Persona 1, because that's the version they have on PSN. And then they have the PSP version too, which the PSP version is the Japanese version, but dubbed well. Right? Like, I'll put it to you this way, the PSP version is a modern dub, and the PS1 version is a 4Kids dub.
Oh. Oh, that's horrible. That's terrible.
And I get it. It was the 90s. Every anime and several other games did that. And it was the first real game in the series, like the first actual full game in the series to come over here, and I guess they didn't really know what to do with it yet. Because, God, thank God it wasn't a full-fledged SMT game, like a fucking mainline game, because God, as fucking religious and crazy as those games get, that would have been a fucking clusterfuck. But, yeah, I think by Persona 2, which we only got the second one, because there's 2 Persona 2s and we only got the second one, which I think might be because Hitler, but because Hitler's the main thing in Persona 2, the first half. There's a whole thing. Which, by the way, there was some censorship in the PSP version of that one, though. It's actually really funny. So, you want to know what they did in that version? To cover up the fact that it's Hitler? They literally just put sunglasses on the fucking portrait and called him Fuhrer instead of Hitler. They just put sunglasses on him to censor it.
Oh, wow.
Like, they just fucking Weekend at Bernie's Hitler. They just fucking slapped some stupid shades on him and said, deal with it. I'm sorry, that's hilarious to me. I love that.
No! I did not mean to recycle that battery.
Oh shit, we can't put Hitler in this because people will get offended. Fuck it, just slap some shades on him and call him Fuhrer. Done. That's so dumb. To my knowledge, there's no dumb shit in the other Persona games, because I think by that point, they knew what they were doing. Then again, if I see any English or weird shit, I will let you know when I play, because I'm probably going to start Persona 3 tomorrow. And anything weird, fucked up, or funny to me will be told on camera. You will get regular Persona 3 updates. YouTube, I'm just letting you know. Because this is my third this is my third Mega 10 game. But this is my first Persona game. Because I played SMT1 and I just beat Nocturne. Both were really fun. But Persona, which is the most popular of every sub-series, and I think is the only spin-off series still going. Because, like, Double Summoner's done, Survivor's done. Like, this is the only spin-off still going. I mean, you can count Strange Journey and the remake of Strange Journey, but most people count that as a mainline SMT game. Because it's considered a mainline SMT game, but it's not considered 4, because one of the key factors of SMT games is there's always an apocalypse. Like it's either after an apocalypse, during, before. It's always a factor, right? Is like the world ending or like some big cataclysmic thing. It's always a factor, right? But in 4, while that could happen, it's more of like a sci-fi exploration type thing. So that's because it was originally going to be 4, but they went sci-fi with it. So they decided to just make it its own thing, but it is still counted as a mainline SMT game. So yeah, it's just a mainline series, which 5 is being made, is confirmed to get an English version, and is going to be on the Switch. So that's awesome. It's going to be on the Switch, and we're going to get an English version already. They're already said, yeah, we're going to make it in English, because I guess Persona 4 must have, SMT4 must have did well on the 3DS, since they're already announcing it. Then again, I heard Persona 5 did, like, amazingly, so I think interest in any Megaten game is like at peak right now because apparently Persona 5 like killed it. Like it sold super well. It won like a bajillion awards. And like I think it probably would have got a lot of Game of the Years had not the competition been so stiff last year. Because that's probably the only thing that kept it from winning a lot of people's Game of the Years is because it had Breath of the Wild and a bunch of other shit to compete against. Because a lot of good games came out last year, or a lot of good games. So I think that's the only reason it didn't get as big as it could have, but it made a splash. So, you know, I think chances are good. We're going to start getting, basically, if they make a Megaten game, we're going to start getting them. I mean, hell, we already, on the 3DS, we already got a couple. We already got a port of one of the Saturn games.
Huh.
You know, there's the Devil Summoner series, which there's one which we still haven't got. Then there's Devil Summoner 2 Soul Hackers. I don't know how you hack a soul, but okay. And then there's the prequels, which are on PS2, and they did get localized with the Raito Kuzunoha games, which are prequels set in like fucking olden times or something, or the 30s. That's right, they're set in the 30s. So, or something like that. But yeah, they're not going to make any of the. I doubt we're going to see anything else. But you know, maybe they should make good ports of SMT 1 and 2 and like localize them, because yeah, we got iOS of SMT 1, but I heard that port plays like garbage. So maybe yeah, I heard like it's a good translation, but the UI is really, really bad. Like it's got like really bad controls in UI just due to it not knowing how to put it on a fucking iPhone. Just get the Aeon Genesis patch and fucking get a ROM if you want to fucking play that.
I didn't realize what time it was. That's actually gonna have to do for this time, guys. I literally just.
Yeah, it's getting late.
I literally just lost the track of time. I had no idea how long this video is going on for. So I'm gonna cut it here before it happens again, and I completely lose track of time. And next thing I know, this video is over 2 hours long. Alright, so guys, press the like button if you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.
Sayonara.
Hopefully next time we'll get more Venture parts, because Venture is actually the next company, next to GSO, the big brute back there. I honestly want to build up, because GSO it's in a pretty good spot right now. It's good to have decent weaponry on it, but over there for Geocore it's not very much.
GSO, and good super oatmeal.
GSO stands for Galactic, what is it? Galactic
Super Oatmeal.
Galactic Surveyor Organization. Please, something like that.
Galactic Super Oatmeal. Quaker Oats.
So yeah, I honestly want to get Geocore and Venture built up.
Venture
because
Brothers.
They're kind of lacking right now, to be honest. And I hope the store has more stuff belonging to those companies, because I actually do want to continue building them up, just like I did with the GSO build. Hopefully. We should get some new stuff soon. We can only hope.